Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us so we can go over a little bit about what makes us unique. And then we'll have Kyle Hershey, our COO, actually show a little bit of behind the scenes, how the software and the platform actually works, some of the technical stuff. And then we'll wrap it up with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager, with 28 years of experience to bring it all together in the traditional loan sense. So let me start with sharing my screen here. And hopefully most of you have joined from this page. But let me just go ahead and explain a little bit more about what we mean here. So obviously we're all about leads and all about our own software. So all about running the leads through our software, which is our CRM, POS, LOS, all built in together. And then of course we have our AI integration for every step as well. So what makes us different, of course, is our technology, but we are non-delegated correspondent lender, which we'll talk about here in a second. And basically, we want to build the tools to scale your business instantly. So myself and Kyle, we come from a different type of background, more of a technology and marketing background, where we built these systems from the ground up for the last 20 years and spent millions of dollars on ads and leads in order to push different businesses through the model here. So we're not your traditional bankers here. We want to set up a system where you guys that already know how to operate your business, already know how to do your own type of loans, already have your own customers, can use our systems to grow your business from what it is doing currently, using our CRM systems to add new leads from what you're already doing, and also plug into our lead generation techniques as well to use some of our leads. So whether that's our company leads or self-generated leads, we want to make sure you guys have a full pipeline. So whether that's our leads daily or you use our CRM, plug in your already existing business to build on top of that, we want to make sure we add to what you guys already have going on, because again, we're not your traditional company here. Now, how does that work with our business model? Again, I mentioned we are non-delegated correspondent, and that's because we've built this business in all the different models over the last 5 years. We started a team at FDIC Bank and built a very large brokerage team, and then also non-delegated and delegated as well. And we found that non-delegated is the best for the type of business that we operate. That's because we are approved with 130 lenders and investors, and we can do both. We can broker or correspondent loans for our borrowers, because what's most important to us is our borrowers getting the best deal. Typically, that means our correspondent programs, where we have over 5,000 loan programs from our 32 investors, where we're the lender and we're funding the loan with our own money and getting all the benefits that come along with that, which is always the best rates and pricing because we're using our own lawyers, our own money, our own lines, and taking all the risk for that loan. And therefore, we always get better pricing correspondent. Now, if there's any reason where the loan doesn't, for some reason, work with one of the programs we offer, or maybe we can't fund that loan or it falls outside of the program, no problem. We have over 105 wholesale lenders where we can do that loan if it's a specialty loan or for some reason falls outside the box of what we can fund ourselves. So we want to make sure we always give our customers the best deal, whether that's broker or correspondent, doesn't matter to us. We want to make sure our customer always gets the best program. Now we have every loan program imaginable. Of course, we can fund all the standard stuff in-house, VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie conventional, all the great non-QM stuff, all the cool DSCR stuff. And then once you go into more of the commercial, mixed-use, CDFI, SBA, the specialty stuff, that would be more of the products that we broker. But we want to make sure we have every loan product that exists out there so that no matter where the lead comes from, we have a home for that loan. Now, the next section here is how we execute all that with our technology. So we've written every line of code for what you're about to see with our full-time developers. And basically, it all starts with our fully integrated cloud website that you're looking at right now, one page of it, where everybody gets the same website with the AI built in, POS, CRM, LOS. Basically, what that means for us is one login for you, one login for your customers. Your customers can come from anywhere, different lead sources, any sign-up form on your website, put in their name, email, phone, to pulling their own live rates instantly, completing their 1003 instantly, pulling their own credit, putting their own liabilities into the 1003, setting that all up in our Encompass-based platform without you lifting a finger. And the best part is you don't need an Encompass login or to use Encompass at all. We have 50 plus API integrations where you can use things like Encompass, Optimal Blue, all these standard industry items without having a login. You just click a button on our CRM, which then operates whatever that needs to do. So same thing with credit, same thing with account check, VOE, VOI, VOA, appraisal works. We have 5 AMCs at the click of a button, no logins needed at all. All that kind of great stuff happens at the click of a button, as you see there. And to top it all off, we have our Calvin is the name for our AI, where we have that integrated into our dual Oz system. So just like many systems out there, we can run dual Oz where we run it side by side, but we add our Calvin AI to digest that and give you some special tips and tricks on what might be best for your customer. And the best part of all is we have, again, full-time development staff where we can add new features. We do new features every single week, and you guys can request that yourselves. So if you find something that might be helpful for your teammates, please request it, and we implement new features every week. And one thing that we found that needed a lot of help in all the different business models is training and support. So we want to make sure, since we're remote based here, everything is at your fingertips at any time. So you can go into our learning center anytime. You can also take our daily live trainings. We want to make sure we fill your day with everything at your fingertips. So the remote training center, you can do anytime, weekends, whatever it is, to expand your learning, upgrade. We'll talk about that in a second. We have our live rates show 5 days a week. We have our live sales training 5 days per week. And we have our loan officer training 2 days per week, where we do our public webinars for our team and also prospective loan officers and, of course, customers out there that want to learn about these new products. We also have our processors in our Zoom room. So again, during business hours, if they're working, you can pop into Zoom. We know we're not in an office, but we're in a virtual office there. Pop in, get help. They can take over your screen, click the buttons you need to click, and get you unstuck. If you're stuck on anything else, we have our Knowledge Center with thousands of articles, not just from us, but from our partners. So all of our partners have guides, matrices, tips, tricks, webinars, all kinds of cool stuff. We put that all in our Knowledge Center where you can just type in anything you might need, and there'll be thousands of different articles there. And the AI feature there for the trainings is Calvin has all of the federal and most of the state regulations programmed as well. So if you get stuck on anything compliance-based, you don't have to wait for our compliance manager. You can always ask our Calvin compliance right there to give you some tips on how to pass a test or something like that. And the last part here is just some stuff that doesn't necessarily fit in one of the other categories, but we're very passionate here about the first one, DSCR business purpose loans, our most popular loan product. We can do that in over 44 states, which allows all of our team to expand their footprint. We also have leads coming in from all kinds of different places. Kyle will show you some, but there's all kinds of different ways. We want to make it very simple. Wherever that comes from, if it's a company lead, 50-50 split. So we want to make it very transparent and straightforward there. And all of our teammates can refer deals to senior loan officers. We'll talk about that in a second. For 75 basis points, if there's any conflict of interest or any reason you don't have a license in that state, where you're still working with your customer, maybe your family, maybe your spouse, something like that, you're still able to earn while someone else is the official loan officer. Maybe you've never done a fix and flip loan or a ground up construction loan. Someone else can teach you that and work as a team, and you still earn some great commission. We're also all about leads, as you can tell. So if you want to set up your own lead campaigns, we'll show you how to do that. And if you already have lead campaigns, we'll show you how to use our webhook to bring those into our CRM and pop those in instantly. And no monthly fees, definitely something we're passionate about. Very transparent fees. There is none, right? There are none. And our Calvin AI loan officer assistant, you'll see him pop up in a few places. Kyle will show you. But everywhere where you want to use AI, we want to make sure we add that in there. Kyle will show you a couple places, but you'll see it pop up if you join the team in all kinds of different ways, especially emails every day and reminders and stuff like that. Now, if you drop off for any reason, we have a replay video here. Please feel free to watch that again. But let's get into the compensation plans here. So we've recently made some changes to try to simplify it here and open up a little bit to the team as we've developed our training center and our testing center. Now we'll start here with senior loan officer, as we always do. Standard commission, 200 basis points. That's 200 basis points on conventional and non-QM. That's 2% commission for those not familiar. And again, very simple 50-50 split. So any company leads that our senior loan officers do, that's 100 basis points or 1% commission for the conventional non-QM, the stuff we're most used to here. Now our senior loan officers obviously get everything everybody else does, but the best part of all is they're going to receive those referrals we talked about before from their teammates. So not only does a referral come as a ready, willing, and able customer, it's not just a website inquiry, right? This is someone's friend, spouse, family member, something like that. and it comes with a teammate that's going to help you work with their friend, family, spouse, whatever it is. And that's basically the best deals you can have because there's a collaborative effort there. And then, of course, our seniors have unlimited access to all the different lead sources Kyle will show you. Obviously, they're going to have first dibs on anything that comes in the system here. And we want to give as much back as we can. Again, we're all about building systems and growing your business. If you already have a big business, no problem. We can get you 25 basis points monthly bonus for any volume over 2 million and an extra 50 basis point bonus for any volume over 5 million. So again, we want to give as much back to you as we can. We want to build that system to expand your business. Now, for those that love to teach and earn more, we have our team leader upgrades where you can make an additional 25 basis points for helping structure and disclose your team's loans. And there's also branch opportunities as well, which we used to post here, but you can obviously join our other webinar for that. Now, all of our loan officers would start in what we call our training, basically where you're taking our testing to get to the senior loan officer level, where you can disclose and do non-delegated and all the stuff that comes along with it, which takes a little bit of compliance. So if you're just brokering loans and just starting for your first deals while you're learning how to do the non-del and taking all the tests, 150 basis points for those. That's 150 basis points on conventional, non-QM. That's 1.5%. And again, very simple 50-50 split. If you're just getting started in training and you take a company lead, no problem. That's 75 basis points or 0.75% commission there. Now, all of our loan officers have access to the free lead generating website that you're going to see, which is the CRM, POS, LOS all put together. Have access to all of our AI features, which Kyle will show you some, but there's a whole bunch in there as well. Again, unlimited leads at 50-50 split. There's all kinds of different ways. Depends on which licenses you have and which courses you've taken for the types of leads that you can get access to. And you'll have access to those live click to claim leads where once you get approved for those lead types, they'll come right to your phone. Kyle will show you how that works. And at any time, if you're uncomfortable or unfamiliar, or you have a conflict of interest, just click that button, refer that deal to a senior loan officer that has a little more experience, and you can team up on that loan and still earn great commission. We are licensed in 24 states for primary and second homes. And as we mentioned, with DSCR business purpose, we can do 44 total. So that's 20 additional states for business purpose, where you don't necessarily need to have a license. So it's a little more simpler than it has been in the past here. This does all go through our training, right? So the trainings are all set where you will test through the different parts here and get upgraded as you learn the different systems. So that's how that works. But let's go ahead and pass it over to Kyle here now. We'll show a little bit of the back end when you log in as a loan officer and show you how some of the systems work. So you ready, Kyle?
Yep, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, and we will get into it. Hold on here. Sorry about that. Okay, so of course we'll do a full training on this when you come on board, but just want to point out a couple things here about our system. So this is our CRM, much like any other CRM. You take your notes, send your emails, send your text. You can also have Calvin, our AI assistant, create texts and emails for you based on what's been going on in the conversation, right? Obviously, set your reminder tasks. You can put people on automated drip campaigns, action plans to email them and text them automatically from you over time. All that kind of good stuff that any other CRM does. But what really starts to set us apart here is our quoting system. So within 2 minutes, with just collecting a few pieces of info from the client, you can click one button here, pull up all the different rates from all of our different investors. And again, within 2 minutes, you can send them a nice, pretty quote that looks like this, where they have their rate choices here. They can scroll over these things and see what they mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically, has the proposed loan info here, does the automatic breakdown of the taxes, insurance, has the estimated lender fees, of course, has you as the loan originator, and you can also attach your realtors to this. So your realtor partners absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within a few minutes, but you also attach them to the quote so that you're keeping them in front of their client's face saying, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. Now, The coolest part about all this is that when your client is ready to move forward and they like the quote, they click Start My Loan Application. They're then immediately taken to their borrower portal, which looks like this, where they start their loan application right here in our system without leaving the page. They can upload the required documents we're going to need for that loan. They can see all their loan info and the quote. They can see the milestone of where the loan is at, which obviously automatically updates as you go through the milestones on the back end of actually doing their loan. So this is the borrower portal that they see on their end. Now let's look at what you see on your end now that they've started the loan. So on your end, you can see the application they filled out. This person already filled it all out. You can see their required documents. You could help them upload the documents. You could also help them fill out the 1003 if they're not finished. Now, once you can also request documents. So you could say, hey, I'm going to need 12 months bank statements, whether it's you or your processor, and it's going to request those from the client, right? You could also request them to change the whole packet and say, you know what, it's going to be a DSCR loan. I only want to ask for the documents needed for a DSCR loan. Or you could request signatures through here and have them sign something right there in our system. And of course, they just log into their borrower portal. They don't leave the page. Our legal e-sign is all built in. Now, once your client has completed the application here, and they give permission to pull credit, what we do is we pull the credit automatically and instantly, and we pay for it up front, right? So your client can go through the process very seamlessly, and we pull the credit and we pay for it up front. And again, all they have to do is complete their application, and on the end of the application, they grant credit off, and then we do everything automatically. That way, when you open your Encompass API here, again, we're using Encompass, but through our API, so you're not actually using the software version that's local on your computer. You're using this in our CRM. When you pull up your Encompass, the 1003 is already loaded in here. The credit is already pulled and loaded in here, so you can originate the loan. Now, as Nick said, a couple little things here like the dual AUS, right? Dual automated underwriting. It's going to run the automated underwriting for Fannie and Freddie at the same time with the click of a button. And then our AI Calvin is going to analyze both of them and let you know which one is probably better for that situation. So easy to get the clients in there. And then once they're in there, the 1003 is already in there, the credit's already in there. You can order dual AUS already, have it analyzed by the AI, and you are rocking and rolling. So you see how we take somebody from just being a name, email, phone number, and all in one system. We communicate with them, we follow up with them, we quote them, we gather their documents, gather their 1003, pull their credit, originate the actual loan, run AUS, and also once your file is in underwriting here, on this same page, you get your underwriting conditions, which you can either upload to fulfill the condition, or you could dispute the condition here and kick it back to the underwriter with why you're disputing the condition. So every single thing, even all the way through managing your underwriting conditions, is all here in the same system. But now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. So as Nick said, we are sending you leads via text all day, every day, right? So the leads that we send you, the hot, fresh leads are going to be coming in through our Facebook campaigns all day, every day. You're going to get a text message instantly with that lead. You click on that text message and you call them within 1 minute. So those are the hot, fresh leads that we have coming in all day. Another way that we provide you leads is here in our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer in our CRM, just like any other auto dialer. You can call 300-400 people in a day. You can press, if they don't answer, you press one button that drops an automated text message and email to them, letting them know that you called. So all that kind of cool stuff. And we provide the leads in here. So notice we have national, short-term rental leads. We have purchase leads. We have bank statement leads in here. We have realtor leads where you can call, hundreds of realtors in a day. So tons of leads in here, even cold call lists for when you run out of any other leads here. Again, we have business purpose DSCR loans. These are from our Facebook campaigns too that haven't been picked up yet, right? So thousands of leads in the dialer at all times. So you can hit the dialer, call hundreds of people in a day, dropping auto texts and emails to them when they don't answer, and we put the leads in there. There's always leads in there for you to call. Now, another way that we provide you to work leads here in our system is that you can pay for your own campaigns, right? So we're going to give you leads all day, every day at a 50-50 split. However, if you want to build your pipeline even more and you do not want to pay a lead split on those leads, you can purchase a campaign where we take your budget and we spend it on our ad campaigns, right? As Nick said, we've spent millions on these campaigns, proving them out. We know which ones work. We can copy that campaign. You can say, hey, I want DSCR leads with this budget. We can copy that campaign, put your budget on it. All those leads go to you, and there is no lead split on them. So again, although we're giving you leads from our end, you can also get more leads from your end to boost your pipeline even more and not have to pay a lead split on those. Now, another way that we provide you to work leads in our system is to import leads here. So we give you your custom webhook here that you can use with Zapier to bring in any leads that you're purchasing elsewhere from a legitimate lead source, right? So as long as it's a legitimate lead source that's registered properly and has opted in leads, you can use your webhook here to bring them into our system. So think Zillow, Lending Tree, Free Rate Update, right? These type of companies, you can put your webhook in here, and that will make it so that when you purchase that lead from that place, it automatically goes into our CRM instantly. And that way you get a message saying you have this new lead from Zillow or wherever it is. And then that way it's in our system. You can call them and quote them and have them fill out the application and upload the documents and everything else, just like any other lead, right? So whether they're leads that we're giving you from our lead campaigns at no upfront cost with the 50-50 split, or they're leads in the auto dialer that we provide you, or they're leads that you've purchased your own campaign without a 50-50 split, or they're leads that you're going to import from somewhere else that you purchased the lead, some campaign you have going on somewhere else. So you see every single way possible to get leads and work leads we have for you here in our system. So now what I want to do is go ahead and turn it over to Jose here. So he's going to explain how this all comes together for you to close more loans and talk about some of the support that we have here for loan officers as well. And then we will open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
Good morning or good afternoon, everybody, depending where you are at. We are in sunny and warm South Florida. The exciting times at the mortgage calculator here. Leads are just blowing up the phone. Let's just put it that way. So definitely looking to have more team members that are looking to take on non-QM loans. So you heard about the great technology. I just told you about all the leads. We have thousands of leads available. So we really want to make sure that you get off on the right foot and are not spinning your wheels as soon as you complete your training and are cleared to originate, right? So first and foremost is our knowledge center. When we started this business, we realized that a centralized learning system was really missing from most organizations, definitely missing from the organization that we were previously at when we started the team. So we decided to create it, and we did. So our knowledge center is basically a digital indexing of everything that we do at the mortgage calculator. Very simple to just go into the database, enter in a keyword in the search bar, and in less than a second, you will get all the information that is applicable to that topic. So for example, you're going to meet with your team leader or to disclose a file. It would behoove you to go into the Knowledge Center, put in disclose or disclosure, pull up all the articles and all the guidance to ensure that you're going to be ready when you meet to get your file disclosed. There's a plethora of information there, everything that you can have definitely wish I had that 28 years ago. But 28 years ago, we didn't even have a loan operating system. So that was a lot to ask. We have our Zoom room, which is manned by during business hours by our in-house processors. So simple items, pretty much everything other than loan structuring, you can quickly jump into the Zoom room and you can get taken care of. That's very helpful, especially if you're having, you know, issues with credentials, login, can't figure something out on this credit report. They're very knowledgeable there. We have in-house processors there with over 20 years experience, so they can definitely help you out. As I mentioned, we have our team leaders, right? They are your direct initial frontline support, right? You need, soon as that loan for example, as soon as that loan application comes in, everybody gets the alert email. You get an alert email, your team leader gets an alert email, management gets an alert email, and everybody is quickly reviewing the information, giving you some guidance, links in that email also to quickly book a meeting with your team leader to go over the structure and make sure that your loan is off on the correct trajectory. So once your file is ready and you go to disclose, then you will, if it's a lender file where we're the lender, if it's non-delegated correspondent, you will meet with your team leader to get that file disclosed. If it is a brokered file, you will meet with your team leader for their review of the file to make sure it is complete. And then you will go to the lender's portal to upload that file and have the lender disclose it, as on brokered files, we are not the lender. Once that file is disclosed, then it goes into our intake department, where our intake processor will take over the file. They will register the file for you on the portal of your choice, wherever you and your team leader decided in your structure meeting that was the best spot for that file. And then it will be submitted to underwriting, all the documents uploaded for you, and then we'll get assigned to processing. Processors will take over the file, and as soon as the file is conditionally approved, processor will get the alert. They will synchronize the conditions in our CRM for you, and you will start working together with your processor to clear the conditions, or to obtain the conditions, should I say, upload the conditions into the CRM, and then your processor will upload everything for you into the investor portal for the clear to close. Soon as we do get that clear to close, it goes into our closing department. They will work with you to send out the initial CD and get that file happily closed. So many different ways to get assistance here at the Mortgage Calculator. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention, on our brokered files, right, on our non-delegated correspondent files where we are the lender, we do have in-house processing at a very low cost, by the way. And on the brokered files, we do give you the option to either self-process to save your borrower some money, and you know, processing on non-QM files, for example, can be $1,000 or $1,200. So you can choose to self-process if you feel up to it, or you can choose a third-party processor to get assistance with the processing on those brokered files. So many ways to get assistance in reaching the objective of closing your file in a positive manner, so that you can get many referrals from your customers. So looking forward to you all joining the Mortgage Calculator.
All right, let's talk about the next steps here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So you're going to visit the mortgagecalculator.com/join when you're ready to join here. You're going to join as a loan officer here, loan officer in training. Again, you're going to start at 150 basis points. And then once you finish all of the training required to be a senior loan officer, you would then get the 200 basis points contract, right? So everybody's going to sign up with this contract. Once you finish all of the training required to be a senior loan officer, we will send you the 200 basis points contract, right? So go ahead and sign up here, and it's going to take you to fill out that initial compensation agreement. Once you fill out that agreement, you don't need to do it right then. It's going to email you a copy, so don't worry, take your time. But once you fill out that initial agreement, that's what's going to kick off all of the next steps. We're going to send you an email with all the next steps, to collect your employment documents, to walk you through having us sponsor your license, and all that kind of good stuff. So signing up here, signing that initial agreement is going to kick off all of the next steps. The mortgagecalculator.com/join is that page. Now, what we'll do is let's go ahead and stop recording, and we will open it up to questions here. Let's see here. I will do a couple frequently asked questions here. So let me do some frequently asked questions here.